Breaking news on the Ravens rundown as no deal was met between the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson at the self-imposed deadline that Lamar Jackson put in place for Friday to get a contract extension done. And this news, not surprising, disappointing, and now we play the game of waiting another couple months, year, whatever it may be, to see if a long-term contract gets done for Lamar Jackson, and all possibilities you'd have to think are on the table now that a deal has not been done. So let's explain where things stand right now. Let's start out with a tweet from Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, tweeting out this morning, the Ravens and quarterback Lamar Jackson did not reach a long-term deal before today's deadline, GM Eric DeCosta announces. Then that was followed up a couple minutes later with a tweet from ESPN's Adam Schefter, who said Lamar Jackson decided to turn down the Ravens offer and bet on himself. He will now make $23 million this season and is expected to be franchise tagged after this season. There was an offer, and we heard that the offer was considerably more, an improved offer from what he had been offered earlier in the offseason, but at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson says no to the deal that was given to him by the Baltimore Ravens. And folks, we're going to break this down completely, this contract situation, but this is why you subscribe, because we have you covered with all the latest Baltimore Ravens breaking news, trades, free agency, and more, all in one place right here on the Ravens Rundown each and every day, covering your team like no one else is at youtube.com/RavensTV. Subscribe now so you never miss a moment, so you're up to date with what's happening with your team, whether it's with leading up to kickoff or news like this right here. You subscribe to the channel for this information each and every day on the channel. youtube.com/RavensTV. So here's the statement from General Manager Eric DeCosta. Despite best efforts on both sides, we were unable to reach a contract extension with Lamar Jackson. We greatly appreciate how he has handled this process and are excited about our team with Lamar leading the way. We will continue to work towards a long-term contract after the season, but for now, we are looking forward to a successful 2022 campaign. So there's the statement from DeCosta there saying, look, we tried to get a deal done, but it didn't happen. We move forward. And I'll say this much about this deal not getting done, and I know that we all didn't want this day to come, but Lamar Jackson has been such a professional about this situation from start to finish with this, with showing up to training camp on time, with being involved in team activities and being there for his teammates. He has been a good soldier throughout this process. And so while things did not go as planned for the Ravens and Lamar to get this deal done, I don't think like this is going to affect the season. That Lamar is still going to give his best effort. He's still going to have a good attitude, and we'll see when a deal gets done down the road. What's your one-word reaction? I'll give you my one word in just a second, but your chance to weigh in the comment section below. Let us know what your one-word reaction is to the news of Lamar Jackson not getting an extension. So my one word is disappointing, but not surprising, right? This was something that we talked about for quite some time on this channel, that Lamar Jackson was betting on himself, right? And we've seen the dollar figures. Quarterbacks are getting paid record money right now, more money than they ever had before, and it's going up each and every year. And in Lamar Jackson's case of betting on himself here, he's hoping that that guaranteed money is available to him down the line. And we'll go over the timeline, and Deshaun Watson kind of had a hand in this with the money that he was given of all that guaranteed money. It really just threw a curveball for the entire quarterback market of the expectations of what quarterbacks feel like they should receive, comparably speaking to what general managers want to give quarterbacks now. And so with that, let's go ahead and tell you about our partner here at the Ravens Rundown, BetUS, the exclusive betting partner of Chat Sports. they're offering a great deal for Ravens fans here on the Ravens Rundown. You use the promo code CHAT125 at checkout at chatsports.com/bet. They are going to give you a 125% deposit bonus. You put $100 down, they'll give you $125 to spend for free. A great deal, and you can bet on whether it's NFL or college football or everything in between, including this weekend's matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. The Ravens favored by 7.5, taking on Joe Flacco, getting the start for the Jets. I'm hammering that 7.5 on the Ravens. That's a lot of points. I'll take it for the Ravens there. Over-under, 44. I think I'll go with the over. I think the Ravens' offense is going to be pretty lethal on Sunday. What say you? Get your bets in now at chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code CHAT125 to get your bets in on your Ravens today. So let's go over the timeline of events that have led up to Lamar Jackson turning down this extension. If you go back to about a week or two ago, Lamar Jackson replied to a tweet saying he did not get offered a $250 million guaranteed deal, the deal that Deshaun Watson got. And then he followed that up liking a tweet in a Dolphins jersey. And remember, he's a native of South Florida, and I hear that Dolphins Twitter today is going off, excited about their chances of potentially landing Lamar down the road, but today's not that day anyway. I can tell you that right now. And remember, Lamar said that he would not negotiate when the regular season starts. And so technically speaking, the Ravens could tomorrow or 2 months from now say, hey, Lamar, you want that $250 million guaranteed right now? They could still get a deal done in theory, but Lamar Jackson has said that he's not going to do that. He doesn't want that to be a distraction on the season at hand. And then you go to a report from earlier this week that we told you about from Peter King of NBC Sports. He said it sounded dubious that he'll get a contract before opening day, and Peter King was ultimately right, as today the announcement that no deal was done, ultimately speaking. And so, as you can see, everything leading up to this, not a surprise that it got to this point, but I can tell you this much right now. The Ravens will regret this later, not giving Lamar Jackson this deal. And here's why. Quarterbacks are getting a lot of money, and it's going up each and every year, okay? And think about the Dallas Cowboys when they were playing around with Dak and not giving him the money that he wanted. Dak bet on himself, took the franchise tag. Then what do you know? He gets hurt. Andy Dalton is out there, and the Cowboys realize, oh, crap, we need to pay Dak that money. And they cost themselves by not paying Dak initially. Same situation here with Lamar Jackson. Lamar, I think, is going to have a nice year. I think he's going to bounce back, maybe be an MVP contender this year, and all of a sudden that price tag that you had on him right now is going to skyrocket. It's going to be even more. We got new TV deals, all sorts of stuff that factors in of more money that would be available. And the bottom line here, the franchise tag next year, you have to pay Lamar Jackson $40 million, fully guaranteed, okay? And while that sounds like a lot of money, relatively speaking, compared to some of the quarterbacks out there, it is something that is not as much as you would think, okay? So let's get Lamar Jackson paid. Let's see him get that money and see him get that guaranteed money that he deserves. Quarterbacks are getting paid, and I see these guys. Here's the thing, okay? You have the Kyler Murrays, the Deshaun Watsons of the world, Russell Wilson and company. I mean, these guys are getting paid $49, $46, $45 million. And Lamar Jackson is better than all those guys. So he's going to have to settle for $40 next year, more than likely, while those guys continue to get paid a lot of money. I mean, it's just absurd. Pay Lamar Jackson the money he deserves. It's going to cost you more if you don't pay him now, and the money will add up later on. I got to tell you, I feel for Lamar. He's been a good teammate throughout this. I think he's doing everything the right way. But the Ravens, this will be something they regret later. What say you? Will Lamar be a Raven long term? Is this going to go on for a while where the back and forth where Lamar finally says, you know what, I've had enough, I want out? Or will this all be solved and everything be okay like nothing ever happened? What say you? Let me know in the comment section. Type Y for yes, type in for no, if Lamar Jackson will be a Raven long-term. I hope so. I think he will. But your chance to weigh in. Y for yes, in for no. Make sure to subscribe to the Ravens Rundown for breaking news just like this, what you've seen today. We're also going to be all over the Ravens and Jets game this weekend with coverage here on the channel you will not want to miss on. Subscribe now. Tell all your friends and make sure they're subscribed as well. YouTube.com/RavensTV.